30 seconds. Ready? 30 seconds. Stop. Go. Good job, man. Whew. Next.
I had known for a long time that I had a neurologic issue. I had a pretty good guess as to what it was, but I was in a professional environment where ignoring that was important because I had other work to do. And so I did ignore it for a long time until I got called on it by a couple of people. I got the appropriate evaluation and came away with a diagnosis of Parkinson.
Parkinson's is a motor condition that some people have a tremor, might start in the thumb and then progress to the hand and then the arm. They may have some balance issues, having frequent falls. Others have a really soft voice. And then they have non-motor symptoms, which would be depression and anxiety. So there's lots of different things that happen with Parkinson's.
My wife had noticed for some time, one of the things I refer to as my Yoda shuffle. It's where I'm kind of hunched over and just shuffling along through life and not knowing why I was slow or sluggish or sleepy or any number of things.
The more I, as a Parkinson person, can do for myself, the better. One of the things I have to do for myself, because no one else can do it, is my exercise program.
The number one thing that helps is exercise. That can help delay the progression of Parkinson's. So we really emphasize that with our folks. When you say, oh, we have a boxing class, people say, are you crazy? We feel like we have damage already to our brain. No, it's not a contact sport as far as hitting in the head.
I had never, ever had a boxing glove on in my life until this program started. But when I was diagnosed with Parkinson and then started figuring out what was the best exercise regimen, boxing floated to the top quickly because of the research that it was one of the more important forms of exercise for the person with Parkinson.
The boxing specifically has helped with the crossing over of duties in your brain. Right side trying to pick up some of the duties and switch it with the left.
It took very little time for me to go from that boxing to, yes, boxing.
We started with one downtown, Salvation Army, and now have them throughout the state.
The Denver Red Shield has a history of being like a light in this dark place. We've got this boxing program that happens, and it's like a jewel in the community.
It is a fellowship at one level, it is a community at one level, it is a family. And we happen to like each other a lot too, which is really nice.
There's a wonderful camaraderie as well that the boxers have with one another. It's fun to be part of that too. It becomes a community within a community that they can kind of share some of their joys and concerns with each other.
I'm like a therapist. People talk to you about frustrations and everything that goes on in their life. It's gratifying. Everybody that I train is like a real good friend.
Hot Dog's been part of the community for a long time.
He's such a kind man. He's so kind-hearted. But when he's in there as the coach, he means business. You don't stop. He cares about his boxers. He's right there with them, standing next to them, taking the punches. Yeah, he's a great teacher.
So some can't really move their arms at first, but then when they start working out, you can see the transition in their arm movement and their hand movement. I try to make it as fun as possible and try to make it kind of hard for them.
It has done marvelous things for my eye-hand coordination, my balance, my ability to shift weight forward and backward and sideways, strength, upper body as well as legs and feet.
Sometimes you can hit the bag a little harder than others. I've not been successful in knocking the stuffing out of it yet, but the day's still young.
I know it is also contributing to the extension of my good years and a slowing of the progression of the Parkinson.
Christ wants us to see everybody. And I think sometimes when you're struggling with whatever physical ailments, sometimes you can be pushed to the side. But at the Red Shield, we want you to feel part of a community, part of a family.
You have a choice when you're diagnosed. You really have a choice. Doesn't matter where on the scale you are. I can say, oh my, this is terrible. I can't do anything. Sit down and you're right. Or I can do the required patterned activities that research is showing will make a big difference for me in quality of life now, as well as longevity of the good years. And the fact that I am able to grasp it and say, you don't have me. That's important to me for myself. It's important for me to share.
One more time. Double. 2, 3. 2, 3, 2. 3 jabs. There we go.
Get a little rest, that'll be good.
Good job, man.
All right.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and share it. We are always posting content, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for helping us share change.